Evening, y'all. What up? What to another installment of movies and shows where we're going to be talking Ahsoka episode 5. If you guys have been watching, you guys have known that we're totally on board and we can't wait to talk about episode 5. There will be spoilers. Before then, we're going to go ahead and get this roll call going. We'll hit the herd chat, sponsorships, and then we'll go ahead and get into the whole meat and potatoes, or should I say lightsaber and galaxy of it all. What's up, Big Rob? How's it going, brother? How's your Wednesday?
I am doing good. See, I usually get off late on Wednesdays. That's why I recommend it to start at 7:30. So it's always a long day for me on Wednesdays. Always a bunch of meetings. It's annoying as fuck, but hey, they pay me money. What can I say?
Yep, it's that color, brother. And then corporations got us wrapped up.
Yeah, and that gives me GI Joe money for Steve.
Oh shit! There you go.
So I'm happy to be here. It's Wednesday night. We're talking about Ahsoka episode 5. Brilliant, glorious, we'll discuss
Masterful, even.
Yeah, all that. So,
Yes, sir. Jeff, what's going on with you, brother? Good to see you.
It's Jeff at Geek Driven. Am I muted? I'm good,
Nah,
right?
you're great. You're
Okay,
great.
shoot.
Coming in loud and clear, my brother.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I was seriously upset last week that I could not be on the show. I wanted to talk about it because I had so many theories and all my theories were right. Damn it, should have been there.
Good,
but
bro.
yeah, sometimes we get detoured by the ER. But I'm here. I'm healthy, hopefully, and I can't wait to just dive into all of this episode. It's not even an episode; it's chapter 5, Shadow Warrior. So it has so many meanings. If you know Lucas and Filoni, then you know it ties into the whole samurai of it all, and it is definitely dividing, I think, amongst the Star Wars fans still.
Sure.
But for me, I think the way I understood the episode, it was brilliant.
Oh, dude, I agree with you.
And man, let me tell you, the one thing Star Wars does great?
What do
is
they do?
the
Great?
music.
Oh, dude, yes.
Music. Every scene felt something. Every scene like got you ready and charged for that scene with the music. It's perfect. So
Yes.
I can't wait.
I can't agree. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Before we get into it and we get theories going and we start to talk about the episode, let's go ahead and hit the sponsorships. We'll hit the herd chat, and then we'll go ahead and get started, man. I know you're rocking and rolling with us, and you're ready and raring to go. But, yo, you're going to use Nerdvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price. Our friends at Cover Price for only 99 cents, guys. 99 cents is nothing. If you're in between platforms and you want to take a test drive, go ahead and get you Cover Price for only 99 cents. You can go ahead and track your collection, add it in. You can track the market to see if you have any of those good moderns to sell for any of those bigger keys that you're looking at in the long run of collecting. So I highly recommend it. Nirvana 14, 30 days of unlimited cover price at only 99 cents. 99. All right. And then our friends over at Bird City. If you use TNH10, you're going to off your purchase, going to get you 10% off. 10% off, guys. Laura just, if you guys follow Ms. Bird City Comics, she just recently released a picture of World Tree, this amazing virgin art cover, dude, all done with color pencils, masterful work. They curate and work with artists, very limited quantities, and they're just awesome people and awesome ambassadors to the community. So TNH10, get you 10% off your purchase over at our friends at Bird City. Don't forget. And then our brother Sean over at Display Geek, if you use Team Nerd Herd, you'll save 10% off of your first purchase at our friends at Display Geek. We love toys, you love toys, collectors love toys, right? So if you're looking to display your pops or even action figures, he got pop stands or display stands for you. If you're trying to protect your assets and your collectibles, guess what? He's got pop protectors that'll save you the money, and you can bank off to the next collection and whatnot. And also, if you're an action figure collector, you don't open your toys and you're just collecting them and you're just holding them, that's coverage for that too. He's very innovative as well. So, Big Rob, I thought you were going to say something, my brother.
No, but I had to bring out my Anakin and my Ahsoka for this episode.
You have to. It's a must, brother. It's a must. You're setting the ambiance, if you would.
Yeah.
All right. And then shout out to the Four Horsemen faction as they're jumping in action. Brother number 1, Brother Rudy, San Diego, SoCal Cat. Gotta love him. Brother number 2, our East Coast brethren, something Wong. You already know something right what's going to happen when he's around. Brother number 3, D-Anime, etc. D-Anime, etc. Senpai Sama, as I call him. And brother number 4, Glenn 2K12, one with the Force and the Flatulence, Superman Lover, Superman Groper, and also coming in crystal clear. So if you guys are not following these gentlemen, I highly recommend that. Those tantalizing beats that tickle your eardrums in the background, our brother Eddie, DJ Beats by Munsta. If you follow his Instagram page, you'll see what he's working with. Man, I was over there Friday and he was nailing like a bunch of beats, dude. I was like, when's that going to be another promo? And when is that going to be in another promo? He was just killing it. He's on fire. So much love to my brother Eddie. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into the Hoyt chat, man. Let's go ahead and get it. GT Key Comics with the keys to the comic community. Always first, but never last, man. You're not first, you're last. And you got my man Thomas, Astro Wizard, also a fellow Star Wars lover. Astro, good to see you. I know he's working graveyard shift. Be safe, man. Thank you for stopping by. You can check the rewind. Much love to you. If you can't, if you don't want them spoilers and you want to watch Ahsoka, then go ahead and get you some. Our brother Luis Olivo is in the building. He said Packers lost to Jets. Pick 2. Oh man, that's horrible, man. I felt horrible when to see Aaron Rodgers get dropped and out the season. Nicholas Goltra is in the building. Nick, what's going on? If you guys aren't following Nick, man, he's got something brewing, a witch's brew over at Tulsa Comic Con. So go ahead and follow his page, get the deets, and be ready if you're on that side. And then Rage in Cajun Comics is in the building. Our brother JD. Brother JD, what's up? Don't forget to mark your calendars for Sunday Fun Day, guys. He's doing his channel on Sunday Fun Day. Excellent hangout, man. And then Eric Azores Tiger is in the building. What's going on, Eric? Thank you for stopping by. He was hooking us up while in your absence, Jeff. So he was in the chat giving us the lowdown, man. You already know that. You already know. All right.
There's a reason why I don't talk in the chat. I will ruin your experience watching the episodes.
The anime, etc. What's going on, Senpai Sama? And then, oh, look at this. Bam. Horror Halloween right here. Tulsa Comic Book Swap on October 29th. There are the deets, guys. Go ahead and pin it. And if you're in the area, stop by. Support.
No. We're going to show this.
Let's show it. Oh, okay. Oh, so we're going to go. Oh, what happened? These caught it?
Just caught it. That's right.
Yeah, buddy. All right. So without further ado, we are caught up. If we see you in the herd chat, go ahead and give us a little communication, man. If you guys watched episode 5, let us know your theories. Let us know what you guys think. Also, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the shows, whether it's Nearing Nirvana, whether it's Long Story Short, or whether it's your boys over here at Team Nerd Herd Podcast. Do yourself a favor. And we thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time. But let's go ahead and get it, man. Let's go ahead and start it. Let's go ahead and open up. Now, Jeff, I know you're chomping at the bit. We got this opening, this magnificent opening with a magnificent music to coming in, very samurai-esque. You nailed it before we even started, man. I could see you were off the get, dude. You're like, I'm gonna hit the sucker and drive. Hearing the opening music and seeing where they were at, I was like, it just gets you choked up, man. I love this modern day samurai type of deal.
But you also have to remember, it also felt like a Western as well, because it felt like a ghost town.
Yeah.
Right. Like after something, right? after the big gunfight, all of a sudden, like it's empty. Everyone's gone.
Niners greater than Cowboys. We shall see. James.
That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, the thing is equal because it's 5-5 at this point.
Okay. Right? All right. A little banter never hurt nobody. Good to see you, James. Good to see you. All right, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. King James.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I guess I'll just start off real quick. That's how we do the episode. So basically, the show starts. We're back where we left off in episode 4. We assume as the world between worlds. We never really get full confirmation in this episode. We're just assuming from our experiences. And it's, again, dialogue between Anakin and Ahsoka, which goes into a full-on badass lightsaber fight. hence this image, thoughts, expressions, yells. Fellas.
Oh man, I'll leave, Jeff. I'll let you add the breadcrumbs, man, because you're adding the details that I don't know as far as Star Wars lore. But in seeing this, calling out to Snips, basically telling her that her training is yet to come. He basically says, I thought I would never see you this soon. And there's a little dialogue, and he's going into like your training has not been done yet, and they go into this fight scene. She does not want to fight Anakin, and she's trying to fight it, but little do we know, she just gets involved. Is trying to keep herself safe. Dude, this fight scene was epic, man. I mean, again, I think about modern day samurai. I think about the music that just came in. It's just got me really interested and invested in the show. I'm kind of saddened to see that it's going to be done in 8 episodes, but they really kind of pack everything in within that 49 minutes. This was just epic. The fight scene is what truly speaks to like people that love Star Wars. I mean, those freaking fight scenes just choreographed very well. Let's see, time for Vader or Skywalker show. Yes, possibly. Let's hope. Fingers crossed if they kill it like this. But Jeff, what did you think, man? I know you missed out last week. Let's talk about it right now. Let's get into the opening scene and what you thought.
So I want to go back just a little bit at the very beginning of the episode, where Hera discovers that Hu Yang is standing on the ledge with Sabine's helmet. That scene with Hu Yang and him talking about how I told him to stay together. They just never listen. They never listen. Like the way that David Tennant expressed that voiceover, it was magnificent. It was just like he has so many years, thousands upon thousands of years of seeing all these Jedis grow and die.
Very heartfelt.
And it's like he's just, it's like harping on his history of knowing these Jedis, and usually maybe the downfall of most Jedis is they never stick together. And maybe it's like hubris because they believe that they're masters of the Force, or like it's just sad. And I love that bit of it. And then getting into the whole world between worlds. I like to think it was the world between worlds, and the fact that so everyone is debating if Anakin was a Force ghost or if he was something else, like more like the Mortis God. I like to think that because we've gotten past his death as Darth Vader and he turned back to the light side, and we all know he became a Force ghost, so he is now a part of the Force, but also able to keep his identity, just like Yoda and Obi-Wan, etc. Right? I like to think that because he was the most powerful Jedi, foretold, that he has the ability to watch over his old Padawan and also pull her into the world between worlds, somewhere she has actually been, and teach her a lesson, one last lesson. And that lesson is for her to choose, right?
Live or die, right? Fight or die.
Yeah, and it's very biblical. It's very like manifestation, like self-manifestation, where you need to see like the evil side of everything, and you got to fight it, and then you got to come out on top, right? So
it kind of also speaks to like when you were talking about Jedi's being by themselves and being one with the Force,
right.
Also kind of like specifies like no man is an island as well, right?
Right.
The Jedi are together as one in their faction, but they're always on their own, and it shouldn't be no man is a woman or an island.
Well, there was so Azor sent me a theory, right, from a YouTuber. I'm not gonna name that person, that channel, because I don't want to disparage them. But I just basically I saw it, I gave it a chance, and I told him it was a horrible like theory, because the theory was basically to change how Anakin is redeemed, right? And I go, well, that's terrible because Filoni wrote and directed this episode. He is the disciple of George Lucas. It would be blasphemy for him to rewrite anything Lucas wrote.
Sure.
He's just going to enhance them, is what he's going to do, because Lucas wasn't a great storyteller in, making characterizations or, making the characters more in depth. So this is where Filoni steps in, and he's giving more depth to Anakin. He's giving more depth to all these characters.
James
No, it wasn't that one.
It was someone different.
It was someone different, but it wasn't that one, sir.
I want to interject here for a second. So yeah, I agree. I don't think it definitely did not get him redeemed, because to me the whole, I don't know, in my opinion now, based on everything I've seen, Anakin, to me, the whole story of Anakin, you need the good and the bad.
Yep.
You need all the bad because he is the balance, right? He is like, basically he is the balance. He is the Force. He is the Jedi.
He's been light. He's been dark. He is the balance.
Yeah. So he has to be that guy. He's the guy that can travel from good to bad.
Yeah.
At the worst of the spectrums and the best of the spectrums of each side. So there's no way to redeem him because he needs that to be who he is now. And his colleagues, the Morris God or something like that. That's what it's called.
A bit of a balance, right?
Well, but like, this is why I didn't say anything in our chats, because I told Azores, I actually texted to him. I said exactly what was going to happen in this episode, and that's what happened. This episode is her seeing Anakin. It's not about Anakin. It's not about necessarily the relationship. It was about Ahsoka and the weight that she carried for her guilt in being the Padawan who left Anakin right before he turned to the dark side. Like literally right before. It's like in the middle of one of the battles that they're going to show in the flashbacks, he was about to cut off Count Dooku's head and become the Emperor's apprentice. So like this is like her guilt in all of it, because also she was a Jedi born of war, right? So all she's known is killing and war and destruction. So her whole Jedi career was that, and then her master became the worst of the galaxy, right? And then like that amount of guilt. So she had to be taught how to get rid of that guilt and move forward.
So Thomas asks, but do you think Ahsoka could have saved him if she stayed?
No, because there's eventuality. Even his love for Padme would have been way more than his love for Snips.
Well, I think we're jumping the gun a little, because that all that kind of comes to fruition in the next couple scenes. Because after their big battle fight, and on the world within worlds, first Anakin destroys the bridges. She falls through the bridge, and it just keeps falling and falling, and suddenly turns into brown clouds.
Woo! That's all I gotta say. Was coming up.
War zone, right?
Yeah,
great war zone.
And she
got
falls.
so excited.
Yeah, to me, if you're a long-term, like a lot of us in the chat are, and people are watching on the rewind, this is like one of the best payoffs. If you watch Clone Wars, Rebels, anything to do with all that Star Wars stuff, it was so exciting. It meant so much more. Because my wife, she mentioned that's a really good episode. Yeah, but if you have watched everything in the past, this episode went through the roof just because of those two scenes.
They thought they would never see a live action Clone Wars ever, because it was super expensive to make if it was going to be live action. Yeah.
Which they put us in, I forgot the name of the battle, but it's the
Rylon. They were on Rylon because I saw the Twi'leks.
Was that battle from the Clone Wars movie?
I think it's the end of season 1, because that's the one where they eventually they free that whole city.
Okay, so that was that. I wasn't sure if it was the movie or season 1. So that was great. That for me, when I saw that, dude, that was just it was so good to see the clone trooper just coming through, and you see the tank,
Yeah.
the walker. Oh my
And
god!
you get to
blew
see
my mind.
the different uniforms, right? Like
Yeah,
from one war to another war.
It
yeah,
wasn't
the one with the blue stripe.
Yeah.
Clone trooper. I have that. I have those figures on Hot Toy and Sideshow form. I was so excited to see that.
Mhm.
So, oh my god, it was wonderful. It was one of the best Star Wars things I've seen in a long, long time.
And
Just
that actress is the
She killed it,
young
right?
Gamora.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew I recognized her. I was like, dude, she's got to be someone I knew it was young Gamora. Had to be. 'Cause she's
yeah,
so
it is
acted
young
like
Gamora.
that.
You're right. It's just a little older now from the
Yeah.
Gamora, but
She is excellent. She's gonna be a superstar in her lifetime. I guarantee it.
well,
She will
Disney's
be one
grooming
big
her
star.
for sure. Disney's good at grooming kids, and they're gonna make her. They're gonna probably give her a show on Disney Channel eventually, sooner or
But
later.
the way she had to play Ahsoka, she had to play older Ahsoka within a younger Ahsoka and still have that snips part of her. Also, the old Ahsoka in her,
That
Like
look,
that-
dude.
bro.
Yeah. You know what broke my heart, dude, is when she's talking with Anakin. When she's by one of the clone troopers and holds his hand. The level of compassion that took from her, and Anakin just kind of the reality for him is just like, I know that there's death and I know this is gonna happen, but you got to get past it. Where she's like, how do you get past this? These people are fighting by our side, and they're
They're taking our
giving up a
orders.
lot. Yeah. And here we are just watching them fall and just keep that movement. Kenneth Bird, the bird is the word. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. That really choked me up in that scene, because it's just like war is horrible, man. It's just
But
disastrous. You lose people that you love and that you care about, and you try to remember them, but the reality is
You also have to remember she's like a teenager. She's like 13, 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
And she becomes his Padawan during the middle of a battle, like in the middle of a war,
yeah, just thrown right in the frying pan.
thrown right in.
So that was great. But the next scene, that was my favorite part of the whole show. The next scene, they take us to season 7.
Yep.
The Battle of Mandalore. It's a very recent episode of Clone Wars, only a couple years old.
Yeah.
And just to see the Mandalorians with the Darth Maul helmets,
It's the Death Watch.
the Death Watch.
Yep.
And oh my god, dude, that was
Right.
brilliant.
I first I saw the armor and I go, is that Boba? Is that like a bounty hunter? I go, and then all of a sudden I saw the crown, like the helmet, and I go, oh shit, it's Death Watch.
Yeah,
dude. I was like, Battle of Mandalore, the Siege of Mandalore. Excuse me.
I think I jumped. We did say Captain. Also, we did say Captain Rex in that first battle.
Yeah, dude, and they use the same voice actor.
Well,
too.
we saw Commander Rex in the first one talking to Anakin. You see Captain Rex in this battle Siege of Mandalore.
Our chemist is
So
in
you
the building. Good evening,
didn't
y'all.
you didn't miss it, sir.
What up,
you got
Archie?
it.
Good to see you, brother.
All right, what's up, man? So yeah, that was great. Team, a small snippet of Captain Rex. But yeah, that second
Was
battle.
his voice?
Yeah.
It was him.
Mhm.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, dude, I know that voice from many moons of Clone Wars and freaking
So
Rebels,
awesome.
man. I was so hyped.
And if you caught it, some of the troopers in the Siege of Mandalore had the Ahsoka face paint on their helmets.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they did. I saw that, and that's where that whole conversation you were describing earlier. That's where they have this conversation about her being a Padawan and all this stuff, and just the
I would agree with Thomas, man. I wish they would put this in theaters so that you
They
could just
did.
take it
they
full in.
did.
They did?
Yeah,
it was
and
a
a
very
limited,
short- limited.
very limited, and they sold out immediately.
I bet.
Yeah, it was
dude.
gone.
Y'all didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I think LA had it in Burbank, and San Diego nobody didn't have it. It was just Burbank and I think San Francisco.
Yeah. Like I said, no one had a chance.
It was gone like that. Yeah, I looked. So yeah, so that was Jeff explained earlier, the
Those were
whole
some deep cuts, dude.
between Ahsoka and Anakin. That was
So
a great conversation.
This is why I believe this was Force Ghost slash, Anakin, because he even goes, well, I don't remember this battle. So it's he has knowledge of his life,
Like flashbacks.
right? And so this is after Vader died. So
Yeah, I'm thinking he's a little more than a Force ghost.
You know what? I won't disagree with that, but remember, I did caveat with he was prophesized to be the most powerful Jedi to ever exist. I would think if he learns to become a Force ghost and part of the Force and be able to keep himself, he's probably the most powerful Force ghost out there too.
Yeah, which after that whole conversation about just the morality of their profession, basically,
Yep.
leads us to another battle scene, which recreates a great image of Anakin walking towards Ahsoka, really menacing.
Yeah.
And you can see him flashing into Darth Vader.
Bam, right here.
Really fast.
Bro, yes.
That was crazy, right?
Let me tell you, when it was the first battle that they flashed back to, and he was walking away into the battle, and it flashed Vader, and you heard the breathing and you heard the music, that was crazy. But when he comes out and starts coming at her, and it flashes back and forth a couple of times, I'm just like, bro, the iconography, the way the cinematography, it perfect. That I couldn't have done a better job or asked for a better job.
Mm-hmm. And then the changing of his eye color.
The Revenge of the Sith, Anakin, with the face, the eyes, the hair, everything.
When he had the blue lightsaber, he was basically Clone Wars Anakin, because he didn't even have the scar yet. Mm-hmm. Now he's Revenge of the Sith Anakin at the very end.
Yeah, with the scar.
Yeah.
She also, like, as she's fighting, you could see the yellow in her eyes, and she like changes back as well. Like, I love that was like a reflection, straight, like looking into a mirror and whatnot. Dude,
because he told her that everything in me is gonna be in you. Everything I know, you will know. Everything I feel, you will basically feel, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically saying you have the ability to become me, which was Darth Vader, right? But you also have the ability to be better than me, to go the other way.
Yeah, make your choice.
Right, and it's her choice, and she has to overcome the burden that she's put on herself, which is she doesn't want people to die around her because she brings death and destruction.
Yeah, man. That's just really bad timing on her part, being born during the war.
Honestly.
But still, to carry the level of empathy that she did, I mean, that's where she's, exceeds Anakin, where she's being better than him in that sense.
And it also prepares her for this war, though.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she was meant to have been at that point to stop Thrawn. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll find out, right?
Right.
So all that happens, and basically the whole goal of Anakin during that whole procedure was to make her believe in herself back. I guess believe more in herself again, and to have the want to live, to keep going, to keep fighting
for the right, again, like the Phoenix.
Yeah, for the right, for the right to live, right, and not just laying over and let somebody just walk all over you. He wants to bring that fight out of her, which she seemed like she was in a depressed, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason they wrote it that way, where she was very low key, very low energy. She was Ahsoka the Grey. She was depressed basically for the last, 20 years or 15 or whatever it is. But she comes out of this as Ahsoka the White. Personalities beginning to change. You can see that towards the end of the episode, her personality is changing. She's not as down.
She's not burdened. She's freed.
Yeah. So
what was really dope though during that scene when they were in between those worlds is when Hera is there and she's like telling the X-wing pilots to keep searching, but they're pressing her because they're like, "Hey, the battalion's coming," and the fact that her son says, "Can you hear that?" and she just like closes her eyes and can hear what is going on. It just shows like the level of growth and the promise of this youngling, dude. Her son, Kanan's son.
Love the fact that they didn't use him as an Easter egg. He didn't become the annoying little person that was like, with Chopper.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they dug into his force sensitiveness, because I think they hinted it at the end of the Rebels season anyways. But the fact that he is that strong in connection to the Force, and also in a way, because he heard the sabers, it was as if she was in a different place, because the lightsabers were happening. Like, that means he heard them. That means they were really happening somewhere.
Yeah, as the waves crash and everything like that. Man, that was cool. And what about the moment when he's talking to Huyang, and they're taking him in the plane, and he's asking, "Do you think I can train?" He's like, "No, that's a yes."
You got a
He
training
sees a
room?
promise. Yeah.
Can you train me? No.
Yeah. But he is. He sees that promise in him.
Do you know how to make lightsabers? Yes. Can you teach me how to make one? No. Great humor, dude.
Yeah, man. This was sick. Definitely sick.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess let's get to the point where it becomes fucking crazy. They come up with a plan on how to travel to where Ezra is, and Sabine and Thrawn and all them. And you want to explain, Jeff?
Well, I think before we get right to that, can we talk about the conversation with Mon Mothma and Hera?
Sure.
So just in a quick thing, Mon Mothma can't hold back the Senate from sending a fleet to go get her, and because Hera have not provided any proof of Thrawn or any evil thing going on. So to me, I think they keep harping over and over and over again that, remember, Mon Mothma was one of the great rebel leaders, right? During the whole rebellion. Now she becomes chancellor of the Senate. She has now become a puppet of politics, because she looks like she has the same amount of power as the guy in the very first, in episode 1, whoever the chancellor was at that time, and Padme, voted no confidence in him. She has as much power as him. They're repeating all of this, just saying no matter how many good people there are who mean well, the politics will always bog it down and muddy the waters and stop progress to help people. So it's like, it almost feels like it's a theme of the whole thing. So I just wanted to touch on that. But yes, Ahsoka sees that. You want to talk about Ahsoka doing her whole Force echo, or you want to go past that one?
They find her, right? They find her in the sea. They get her. She awakens.
Oh, that.
And she's looking up for answers, right? She's looking up for answers. She sees the whale, and in comes that idea. While they're fighting for time, right? They're fighting for time. The fleet's coming. Hera's telling her. She also shows compassion to Kanan's son, which shows growth. I mean, in like Big Rod was saying, Ahsoka the White, and off they go into the sky, man. And she uses. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
She figures out that the Purgles are their key. Obviously, I don't know how anybody who's watched Rebels doesn't know that, because that's exactly why we're here for Ezra and Thrawn. That's exactly how they left, and we've been talking about the pathways and this and that and the maps. You didn't need the map. You just need the Purgles and a Jedi. So we got both of those, and Ahsoka figures it out. She gets on outside of the ship, and she communicates with the one of the biggest Purgles there, and it agrees to take that ship inside its mouth and take off. And it's funny because you hear Jason, give you a little backstory and tell her, oh, Mom, this is like the stories you told me about Ezra and how they took the bad guys away. And, and so it gives you a little look at that last season. And it also talk about like the way Ahsoka has changed, and she comes back into the ship and she's basically saying, he goes, Huyang asks, do you know where it's taking us? And I don't know where it's taking us. I don't know what's going to happen.
She just
he's like, what?
She's trusting her instinct and going on feeling, man. That was crazy.
But that's true Jedi Master, right? Because they let the Force guide you, right? Exactly.
That's their gut, basically, gut instinct.
Yeah, dude. It's like their sixth sense, if you would.
Well, and then if you're a Jedi Master, you're probably able to see have foresight.
Yeah, which she does when Hera asks what happened to Sabine, and she uses that power to kind of decipher what was going on.
That's the Force Echo.
Boom.
Yeah,
there you go. I stand corrected, Jeff.
Well, she's just very powerful, so she's able to use different parts of the Force to do different things. And as people played gameplay, Cal Kestis had that power of a Force Echo, and then be able to speak to the Purgles. Ezra, that was his special Force ability as well. So it just shows how powerful she is.
Just amazing, dude.
Yeah. So they are gone, and
well, the fleet comes in. To try to stop them, and freaking who's the
Hera's like, you might want to. Oh, dude, Tavo.
Yeah, Tavo was
bro. His first funny line was when all of a sudden they changed orders, and because Jason says, "I hear lightsabers," and he's going, "What's going on?" And Huyang goes, "Oh, he has abilities. His father was Kanan Jarrus, and he was a Jedi." And he just looks at him and goes, "Okay,
yeah.
whatever you say."
Whatever you say, Huyang.
And then the second one was him trying to hold back the fleet, and then he's trying to explain this whole thing to them.
Yeah, dude, he was like stalling for time, and the commander was just getting so ticked off. She was just like, "I ain't having this shit. You better step aside, or we finna rock you guys." And it just in time, dude. That time was just enough for the Purgas to come out, space, a bunch of them, and it kind of I wanted to be like Michael Jackson and sing Free Willy song. Just seeing them in space, I was like, "Hello."
We're R. Kelly. I could believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
It was so majestic, man. Look at this. Can't wait to for Carson Teva figure. Man.
Look,
that's coming.
His character makes me so upset that there's no new Rangers of the New Republic, dude. I'm telling you, dude. He would have been a part of it, and I'm upset that that's
Look at that face, man. He's like, say what now?
Oh, man. He's so
like, I got to do what?
But yeah, so next episode, I believe we'll be in a galaxy far away.
So just wrap up what actually happened. Not the ghost, but the Jedi shuttle or plane.
Yeah.
Ahsoka and Juan go inside the whale's mouth. He closes his mouth. They go into light speed, and episode ends.
So dope. It was masterfully done. I don't think it could get any better. I mean, for Star Wars fans at this point, I know they we're going to always have critics. I know that there's certain fans are going to be like, this is not my Star Wars. But to me, Jeff and Big Rob are my go-to guys when I want to know like certain things that I kind of missed. But I don't think that they could have done a better job. I mean, this was masterfully done. There are so many scenes that I was just holding back. I was getting choked up. and to really invoke that emotion out of somebody really speaks volumes, right? I mean, it's really taking you into the lore, it's really taking you into the episode, and even then some. It's kind of expanding. I don't know, more like lessons, right? The samurai always has lessons. They walk that road. Um, I don't think it could have got any better, man. I absolutely loved it. And then Sarah here, our girl Sarah says the
Yes.
imaginary was amazing.
Image-
I couldn't agree with you more,
Imaginary.
Sarah. Shout outs to our
Imagery.
gals over at Nearing Nirvana and Comic Book Women. You know they already do it. And if you guys missed the rewind, go ahead and go back because they did Thoron, Admiral Thoron books on the marketplace. Oh yeah, market and chef kisses on that. I really enjoyed the flashbacks. Makes me want to see Clone Wars, the animated series again. Me too, man. I kind of want to take a dive back. For a TV show, it's blowing me away. Thomas, I cannot agree with you more, brother. I was talking to Thomas in the cut. He's like, I'll try to make it, man. I'm working, but he was hyped too.
I think it's Filoni's audition to do a movie.
Oh, please.
That's basically what it came down to. Because they put it in the theater, it looked tremendously cinematic. Like the Purgles look better than I thought they would. I thought it would be cheesy. It's spectacular. The lightsaber battles, the way the iconography and of Vader being flashed in and out. Just chef's kiss is basically what it was.
Well, since we're doing kind of our wrap up here, let's give us scores. Steve, your score.
Oh man, I gotta get it. This one was a 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10. There was nothing wrong about it. I didn't have any nitpicks. Nothing, dude. Yeah, my parents, put it this way, my parents are involved. They don't even know anything, but they're watching it and they're like, that was so good. I watched it a second time right after they went to bed. I stayed up. I was like, nah, I'm gonna watch this again.
Jeff.
So
we're missing you too, brother. We're missing you too.
Some hardcore Star Wars fans would be upset if I give it a 10 out of 10. And I am going to give it a 10 out of 10. And the reason why is because I can withhold disbelief from, if I'm a regular fan and I've never watched the World Between World episode, right? I would just think that was Jedi Purgatory.
100%.
Okay, so I don't need to, and that's not the important thing of how she got there or where she was. It's not the important thing of all those scenes. It was about her overcoming her burden as a Jedi who's seen a lot of death and destruction. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. This is actually their best episode yet.
Right here, man. And the her chat's buzzing, man. I think everybody is on the same page. I know Azora said he can't wait to watch it in full when it's all done. I would definitely recommend that. Thomas says, I agree, Steve. This episode gave me faith for what's to come. Hope they keep this momentum.
Big Rob, what did you think?
Yeah, Big Rob, talk to us, man.
Well, I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I won't give it a 10 out of 10 because number one, I want to give it room to grow.
Because you're greedy, you want another better episode.
Yeah, I'm going to give it room to grow. And number two, I'm probably going to go I'm going to use your theory, not your theory, but your reasoning why you give it a 10 out of 10 to give it a 9 out of 10, because I think for us who know everything, it's a 10 out of 10. But for somebody who doesn't know shit and they're just watching the show, they are going to be lost. And not lost like the confused, but it's like they're aware when they're watching this episode. They're missing details. They're enjoying it, having a blast. It's a great episode, but they know that, and everybody realizes if you haven't watched, you're missing details. You're missing background story, and just on that, I gotta bring it down a notch to a 9. So for me, it's a 9 out of 10.
Shout out to my brother ICT Vinny said, I wonder what kind of energy these space whales have up to their buttons to be able to slip into hyperspace.
They
consume that thing that gives them.
They consume the energy that you use to go to hyperspace. So they actually consume it.
Don't forget Thoron is coming too, man. Ooh, that's gonna get good.
So yeah, it's crazy. I think Hera is going to hold off the Senate. But she's going to be in trouble until they get back. But I mean, the fleet did see the Purgles. So it's not like she's lying. And they saw exactly what they did.
Was it the Senate disbanded in Force Awakens and Last Jedi and all that?
Yeah, but that's because it failed to keep the First Order from taking over.
Which
It was disbanded by the First Order.
Well, the First Order didn't take over the galaxy. It didn't take over Coruscant, I think.
I think they destroyed it.
And the movie, but they didn't take over those inner planets, which are the main planets. They control the outer planets, a lot of the outer areas. I'm thinking the reason is I'm thinking why it disbanded because of this infighting, or not infighting. Well, maybe it is infighting, but it's just this whole fucking lackadaisical way of governing. Like, oh, we're so on top. We don't. They're not going to get by us. We're the Republic, and that's going to be their downfall of the Republic, and to disband, and everybody becomes pretty much their own, like maybe district or region or planet to govern themselves in the future of Star Wars. Right. Just thinking logic, trying to hypothesize how that leads to that, and maybe we'll see the beginnings of that during this show.
That's what I think. Back to the Senate, we'll be kissing her ass.
Because it shows how not dysfunctional, but just how just powerless they are, really.
Well, I think what's going to happen is Thrawn will make it back. They'll all make it back.
Yeah.
But the problem is because of the threat of Thrawn, the Senate's going to crumble in a sense. Excuse me. Under the weight of the decisions that they have to make.
Yeah, and they're going to break up into like factions and.
Sarah, thank you for stopping.
And I guarantee you, some of those people, some of the senators and those different planets, they'll be like, I don't want to fight another war. Maybe it's just safer to go with them. And they're going to be people portraying people all the time. So,
yeah, there's someone will join.
Kind of like a Game of Thrones-esque.
Yeah.
I have to see episode 5. It does not disappoint. How much more hype are you for episode 6? Well, Princess Leia has already formed her own Rebel Alliance, no?
Well, it's no longer Princess Leia, it's Senator Organa. Mm-hmm. And she is in the middle of that cesspool of a Senate.
So galaxy is the way
it's like
for
a bunch
Filoni
of warlords. It's kind of like,
yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
Then you got Elle. What's going on, Elle? Good to see you. Happy birthday to your baby girl. Happy birthday to your baby girl. Shout outs.
I think the best part of episode 6 will be in a new world, completely new, separate, unseen Star Wars world, in a galaxy far, 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 far away.
Where Spaceballs that can't even reside. You know what I mean?
Or maybe it goes all the way.
Dude, I watched that 2 days ago. Early in the morning because it's on Max. So I was up in the morning early and I just put it on. I'm like, dude, I love this movie. But not as much as I love Ahsoka. I mean, this is freaking epic. I can't wait for episode 6. We've graded it, guys. I know we'll be back on Wednesday, man. But before we kind of close things out, man, let's go ahead and talk to sponsors, man. Let's go ahead and close it out. We'll go ahead and give you guys updates on the week for Nearing Nirvana channel. But first and foremost, we want to use Nirvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price. If you're in between platforms, I highly recommend you check out cover price at only 99 cents for 30 days. It's worth its weight in gold. You can track your collection or put your collection in. You can check the marketplace. If you're banking on some keys like silver and bronze keys, and you have some moderns, this might help you kind of save that coin to kind of get into the next venture, to kind of get into the next collecting phase in your collecting journey. And we want to use code Nirvana. Use code TNH10 to save you 10% off your purchase at our friends at Bird City. If you guys missed Laura's post, I highly recommend to go back. You'll see this World Tree Virgin cover done with color pencils. She told me it will be on sale on Friday. If you missed the trade paperback of the Golden Key, done by Terry. Oh my God, that was epic as well. Amongst other things, got a wide variety of catalog in their page. Again, curated with specific artists, very limited quantities, and they're great ambassadors to the community. Gotta love Laura and Ann. So they will be at NYCC. So if you're that way, if you're on the East Coast, go ahead and stop by, check them out. And then our brother Sean over at Display Geek, you're going to use Team Nerd Herd to save you 10% off of your first purchase. If you're a toy collector or pop collector and you want to display your pops instead of keeping them in bins, he got displays ready for you. Jeff is a pure collector of that as well, as you can see right there. They just present well. They look great. You don't got to keep them in a bin. You can just see them for the beauty that they are. If you're a toy collector and action figure collector, well, then he got protectors for you if you're an inbox collector. And then he's also rolling out some excellent tools to kind of help you find the right pop protectors for these pop rides or whatnot. Just a wide variety of things. Clearly, you want to use Team Nerd Herd to save you off of your first purchase. And then, with that being said, with this week for Nearing Nirvana, tomorrow you can head over, check Long Story Short with International Comics, my boy Aaron Yeezy, Red Hood, and the Faction, man. They go over ghost books that you'll never find out in the wild unless you're digging. And diggers dig, man. So don't forget to check them out. They're, I believe, at 6:45 or 7. They go on live. And also, Friday, you find the destination, it's Nearing Nirvana. So the gals will be back. And you know that they have their variety show. So they talk comics, they talk marketplace, they talk movies, shows. They keep you up to date with the up and up. And then on Saturday, guys, Saturday morning toy box. You guys want to know the pre-orders? Big Rob curates that list. My man Big Rob always is on the board. We missed out last week, so we'll probably touch on certain things that we missed last week and then coming into this week. There's a lot of toys, there's a lot of third-party things that are going on, and there's a lot of pre-orders that you might have missed, something that might not have caught your eye. I know when I'm in the show, I'm like, damn you, Big Rob. And then our brother Charlie, Game Addicts, is back, brother. Go ahead and check him out on Gameplay, usually at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Charlie's awesome, man. I mean, he'll take you through the game, throw some jokes out there, keep you, talk a little bit about the video game lore and the history and specifics. So I highly recommend it. And damn, man. With that being said, man, Ahsoka, God, I'm gonna be in bed just thinking of. You know what? I'm gonna watch it a third time. I got to do the justice. But
I'm gonna predict episode 6 will probably be catching up with Balin, Morgan, Sabine, and probably how they're gonna try to find Thrawn, and then we'll probably see Thrawn in the very last 5 minutes or less of the episode. Take your bets. Jeff, if you're right about this one, I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry if I ruined it for you if I am right. Nah. You know what? These are theories, man. They're theories.
My call is we don't see Thrawn until the end of episode 8.
Oh, dude, that would just grasp you by the
heart. I don't think that's real, because they would not have shown him in the trailer then. Because that'd be the scene that we saw him in. That'd be the last thing.
He's the main antagonist for the film.
Yeah. No, but I think there's a possibility this could get a second season.
I doubt it.
We'll see.
I doubt it, to be honest.
I mean,
thank you guys.
It's the best thing since Mandalorian, so I don't know.
Probably going to
media show the movie.
Did y'all get the Ghost? No, we did not, man. It's expensive, dude. All these pre-orders, man. How can you? I think Big Rob did. Big Rob went for it.
Alonzo.
And Alonzo did too. Yep.
Two of the very few, man. I know Mike Morello was fighting it, and he just couldn't. I know I couldn't either, man. I got these GI Joes and all these imports coming in, so I gotta stay focused. Yeah, but with that being said, yeah, that too. I got another hospital bill too, man. I gotta pay, so that's gonna dip and dive into my pockets. But with that being said, Jeff, you want to take us out, Team Nerd Herd style, for the evening?
Yeah, I don't know how this usually goes, but if you want to do it right, collect what you like. Star Wars for life.
Life. May the Force be with y'all. Have a good night, and thank you for giving us your time, guys. Catch the rewind, comment, subscribe, hit the bells, be notified. And again, may the Force be with you, brothers and sisters.